If you're looking for a relaxing, upscale getaway with the feel of luxury and comfort of the South, head no further than Pittsboro. It's home to the 5-star and 5-diamond rated Farrington House Inn and Restaurant. I visited recently to show you why Condé Nast travelers rated it the #2 top hotel in the South. Belted cows graze its pastures, and a whirligig signals light breeze. Both are calls to slow down and leave your cares. You're at Farrington Village.
Farrington is a farm. It's about 200 years old. In the mid-70s, my parents bought the farm, and they've been slowly turning it into a village center, a destination with an inn and a restaurant and a spa and shops. And of course, everyone knows us for the belted Galloway cows that surround the village center. So it's become a destination over the past few decades.
It's actually become a AAA 5-diamond and Forbes 5-star destination, and also bears international distinction by the French-based Relais & Chateaux, an association of the world's finest small hotels. There are 32 guest rooms at the inn, each uniquely decorated. This second-tier deluxe room has a separate interior sitting area with fireplace and a bath with soaking tub. And there's an outdoor patio with a view of the gardens.
One of the wonderful features of the inn is there are gardens everywhere, maintained by a really talented staff of gardeners. The gardens always look in bloom year-round, and it's just one of the ways we want a guest to slow down and enjoy the moment.
And you'll find plenty of spaces to do that, whether it's in your guest room or one of the common areas, or a leisurely pedal away on one of the touring bikes available. Either way, you won't travel far.
Well, it's interesting. People oftentimes will come into the reception and they'll say, what is there to do in the area? Can you give me a list of activities in Chapel Hill or Durham? But then when they get settled in, they never leave the property.
No need to leave when there's a luxury spa right on the property, offering a complete menu of full-body services. And for every overnight guest, complimentary breakfast plus afternoon tea, complete with sweets and savories from the kitchen of Farrington's internationally acclaimed chef Colin Bedford. To sample his culinary talents alone, many make the journey to Pittsboro for the fine dining experience at Farrington House Restaurant.
I've been cooking for a long time now, and my first boss always said to me, the first bite is with your eyes, but it's the taste that savors the memory. So that's what we try and do here. The cuisine at Farrington is very regional. We support local as much as possible, using a range of different ingredients.
To complement Colin's menu, Farrington entrusts the senses of German-raised sommelier Maximilian Kast.
One of my favorite wineries in the world is the Castello di Verduno. It's in the northern section of Barolo, but this is from their vineyards in Barbaresco, from a single vineyard called Rabaya. It's from the Nebbiolo grape. It's full-bodied, very silky, very smooth. That would be perfect with the lamb. It's one of my favorite pairings.
For dessert, a luscious chocolate souffle, the one signature item on the menu as insisted by property owner Jenny Fitch, featuring Verona chocolate.
It's a very fruity, rounded chocolate, has a lot of power to it, and then we serve it with a whipped cream that just offsets a little bit.
Farrington House Restaurant is the fine dining option in the village, but there's also the Goat Deli and Coffee Shop and Granary for casual fare. Beyond the spa and eateries, guests can also enjoy shopping amenities. At Dovecote Boutique, you'll find fashionable apparel for both women and men, beautiful jewelry and accessories, plus designer home decor and gifts. Or step into McIntyre's, an independent bookstore where you'll find a variety of titles. Throughout the year, these shops and eateries host events from wine tastings to live music, book readings and trunk shows. So even into the evening hours, guests of the Farrington House Inn always have, within just a few steps, something wonderful to experience in their travel destination. For North Carolina Weekend, I'm Deborah Holt-Noel. The Farrington House Country Inn, Restaurant, and Spa is located at 2000 Farrington Village Center in Pittsboro. For more information, give them a call at 919-542-2121 or go online to farrington.com.